This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. And we are about to open up this pit where the delegates have been kept in a pit. So let's see what happens. So there is more than one left alive. That's good. Dwarven delegate. Oh, thank you! I thought we'd never get out of there! What happened? Things started off well enough. The commander was even polite. One of the delegates points an accusing finger at another, a woman standing apart from the rest. We might have come to terms if she hadn't goaded him, shouting at him about omens and curses, demanding he leave the march. You know how superstitious the Red Sarens are. The commander went white as a sheet. She sabotaged the meeting. Raving delegate. The woman in question is dressed in unassuming robes. She bears the accusation silently, her eyes closed as if in prayer. Who are you? With desperate speed, the woman suddenly lunges sidelong towards a nearby rack and seizes a dagger lying there. She sets the blade to her own throat. Seriously? Oh, she just killed herself straight up. Why? Raving delegate, unseen to all but yourself, the dying woman's soul essence coils in thin wisps about her body. It only grows brighter as her corpse stills. The remaining delegates stare in horror at her pooling blood. What just happened? Damn it! Now we'll never get an answer out of her. Did they pull your names out of a hat when they put this delegation together? I gotta... Did they pull your names out of a hat when they put this delegation together? We all volunteered. She seemed perfectly normal. A little intense, maybe. I'll read her soul. Oh, here we got the soul reading sound effect. You reach out and brace against the sudden flare of pain and fear, digging after less recent events. There is a copper taste in your mouth and a pain like fire in your throat. Under the brute terror of death, you find a comforting thread of resolve, of satisfaction in duty fulfilled. You follow it. It leads you stumbling into another memory, as whole and vivid as the first. You walk the dark halls of an abbey, dimly lit and quiet, your footsteps loud. A blur, and you are standing in a dimly lit room, facing a robed Amawa. You recognize him as Kyoto, the High Abbot. He beckons you forward. I'll examine my surroundings. You are in a wide, rounded chamber. The tiles beneath your feet are covered in strange, curling symbols. You recognize them as symbols of Ondra, goddess of sea and memory. More Ondra stuff, huh? Okay, so this is probably that monastery, that Abbey of the Dark Moon, or whatever it's called, what's her name? Kamehameha, whatever the fuck her name is. Maneha, or whatever, wants us to find for her quest. The memory blurs. When your sight is clear, you are standing in front of Kyoto, and he is smiling gently down at you.
Drive the Red Sarens from these mountains, and you may yet spare many lives. The Tidebringer will be here in a week's time. Should you be delayed in your travels, report to him as you would to me. He will enter the reliquary and call off the army of Eyeless in my stead.
The army of Eyeless. The Tidebringer, that sounds ominous.
If you are caught, sister, you know what you must do. I will pray for your return, but we will take comfort in the knowledge that you have joined the rest of Ondra's favorite in her keeping.
He sets a hand on your shoulder. So that's why she killed herself. The words jar you loose from the memory, flinging you back into the moment of the woman's death, and then into your own skin. But traces of her memory join yours. You know the path to the abbey to which she was to return, buried in the mountains to the north. Is the name Eyeless familiar to anyone? The Eyeless? They're a figure of speech, for when you can't remember something. You say, must be the Eyeless took it from me. Yes, but there's a story to it. They're supposed to do the bidding of the Lady of Lament. 100 points and they come, out of nowhere, wipe things from the face of the world. That's why whenever something up and goes missing or gets destroyed with no one there to see it, you're supposed to thank Andra that the Eyeless didn't come for you too. Never mind that. Do you know what a Tidebringer is? Tidebringer! That's something they used to talk about at the Temple of Andra, I think. It's a person. A title, I mean. Tends to be used in the more, devout circles. Do you know a Kyoto? Kyoto? Oh, yes. He came through town some time back. Stopped by at the temple in Stoward. This was just after the town decided to rededicate it to Abaddon. He didn't seem too pleased about it. He was dressed like a priest. Maybe he took offense, or maybe that's what this is all about, is the temple being rededicated to another god. He's an Amawa, tall fellow, very polite considering he's apparently the leader of some fanatical sect. I think it's clear we haven't been the best judges of character recently. Do you know anything about an abbey to the north? I've heard of something like that. An Onrite stronghold, not the kind of place that welcomes visitors. Is that where she came from? The delegate points to the dead woman. She didn't make it back to call off whatever attack. Maybe next time you'll be more careful about picking volunteers. Next time? I hope there isn't one. Why would these Ondrites want the Red Sarens out? I doubt it's for Stalwart's benefit. Competition, maybe? I'd better go ask them. If you do mean to go to this abbey, be careful. There have been stories about traders wandering north and getting scared off, or even killed by strange guards. They're a secretive bunch. I suppose you could always try to sneak in. I doubt you'll be welcome otherwise. It sounds like this Tidebringer would be welcome, I mean. Maybe I can convince them I'm the Tidebringer. I'll get in without being spotted. I hope so. I imagine the abbey is heavily guarded. A sudden, deafening crash from outside makes the delegate jump, startled. A rumbling like thunder follows. You hear further sounds of smashing timbers, panicked screaming. Are they blasting the fort with the cannons? Is that what's going on? Oh no! What's happening? I thought you took care of the soldiers! Out of my way. I have more fighting to do. Yes, well, we'll wait here. Inside. The hell is going on? It turns out that one of the delegates sabotaged the negotiations. She took her own life before she could be questioned in the usual way. From her memories, I have gleaned knowledge of the temple complex she was sent from. Any further investigation will have to wait. I've been interrupted by the sounds of conflict just outside. Aloth completed his minor adventure, comes back with some shit. Lord Sidrock is still with us. All of this time she was lying to us. That commander was a madman. I'm glad you took care of him. That commander was a madman. I'm glad you took care of him. I just said that because I heard that other guy say it, so I wanted to... Maybe it's nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what lies this way.
Oh, I can loot her body. She didn't really have shit on her, though, sadly. Yeah, stuff is breaking up. Stuff is going badly here. Alright, let's quick save. And we'll go out there and see what's going on. I'm assuming they're shooting the fort with the cannons, but I don't know. What the fuck is that thing? Holy shit! What is that? What are those? Oh my god. Survived the ambush. Giant towering creatures have attacked the Iron Flail Fort and all its inhabitants. That includes me. Eyeless. Oh, these are the eyeless. Oh my god, they're fucking huge. And they're immune to practically everything, which I always like to see. Okay. Wow. Problematic. Okay. She's gonna take this one. They're not immune to stunned, though, fortunately.
Got him!
Try stunning again. Try stunning again. Oh, they're immune to blinded, okay.
Huh?
This isn't working!
Oh my god, they're doing terrible things to us. This fight just went into ogre time? Palagina's getting wrecked. Dare's not exactly doing great either. Look how tiny the ogres look next to these things. Oh my god.
I'm ready.
Wow! These things are ridiculous. We're barely even hurt them. I don't even know. Revival. We need to summon some shit. It's time to go into full bust out mode. That is when we bust out all of our shit.
Following your lead.
It's like she got revived and she immediately got... Let's try to paralyze Cone. Oh my god, this is really going badly. Sever the soul! Everything on this one until he's dead. Did we get him? Adair killed him? With a crit! I wonder if that counted for his sword. It did not. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I'm bending again. Let's, Dragon's Breath these dudes. How come it will only affect one of them? Let's Overwhelming Wave these dudes. Ogre, get on this guy. Get on this guy. 3 Spectres. Or Shades. Get on this guy. They're paralyzed. Q. Sunbeam. She needs to... Oh, we took out another one. Okay, we're okay now. We're okay now. We're gonna be alright. Let's paralyze this guy. Son of the Sunbeam. Dragon's Breath. Alright, we got this now. But those things are dangerous. Really dangerous.
My mind feels sharp as steel. Got him!
Oh, apparently they're immune to fire and electricity, I guess. How about cold? Alright, cool. We got them. Man, those things are hard. Those were Meg folk, apparently. Alright, we've heard of those before, but we've never faced them. As the last Meg folk falls, a tide of essence sweeps through the ether. It washes over you, and you find yourself in the memories of the eyeless. The hulking creatures surround you, their sinew-wrapped skeletons clanking and screeching in the semi-darkness. Their bodies fill the air with the tang of metal and the musk of sweat. The tavern in which you stand, the cavern, not tavern. I can't get a drink here. The cavern in which you stand, it looks like a cavern anyway, glows with a dim ambient light. Steel flashes as the eyeless shift and stir. They stamp their feet and groan in rasping, metallic voices. Their restless energy prickles at the back of your neck. And in the echoing rumble, you hear something familiar. It's the pounding noise from your dream, the harbinger of a terrible army. You begin to wonder how many eyeless are crowded around you. You suspect there must be scores of them. Maybe more. It's difficult to tell how far back this chamber goes, or where it is. Ahead, you see a glint of light. It might be an exit. Already, however, the vision is starting to fade. Let's explore further into the chamber. You push past the lumbering eyeless and cling to the wilting shreds of the vision. The cavern broadens before you. It swells with echoes until you hear the growling, grinding sounds of the eyeless all around. You pull yourself onto a glowing crystalline outcropping and survey the expanse of blunt heads and piston arms. There aren't scores of them. There are hundreds. Oh man, the world is fucked if this army of these things comes rolling into town. The vision ends, returning you to the frozen and blood-churned mud of the fort.
I felt their suffering, Watcher. Theirs is the agony of a lost child.
Travel to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Wow. I confronted Commander Adarek, leader of the Iron Flail and evidently a fellow Watcher. With his death, the Red Saren threat to Starward has been eliminated. However, the true enemy has surfaced, an army of towering creatures known as the Eyeless. One of the stalwart delegates was a fanatical worshipper of Andra who killed herself before she could provide answers. I learned from her soul that she came from the Abbey of the Fallen Moon, and that the abbot there knows of the army, and is able to call it off from a place he called a reliquary. If I can reach the room, I may be able to stop an invasion before it begins. The abbot also mentioned that someone called a Tidebringer would be coming to replace him. That information could prove useful in infiltrating the place. The Rising Tide. The Abbey of the Fallen Moon may hold the key to stopping the army I have seen in my dreams. Travel to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. One of Stalwart's delegates sent to parley with the Iron Flail was an Ondrite dispatched from an abbey to the north to try and dissuade the Red Sarens from their course. It seemed as though the leader of the abbey, a man named Kyoto, knew how to call off the monstrous army. He mentioned that it would be done in the reliquary. He also spoke of an expected visitor, a Tidebringer, who would take his place. From the Ondrite's soul, I was able to absorb knowledge of the path to the abbey. I must travel there if I am to stop this threat. Wow, yeah, okay. Well, shit just got real. Maneha wants to go to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon as well. I want to check one more thing. Do I have a bestiary entry for these things now? Doesn't look like it. What would they be under? Eyeless. Here they are. The Eyeless are ancient, mysterious magfolk, more widely known in myth than fact. With their grotesque build and their crude yet functional limbs, they vaguely resemble constructs, though their origins and purpose are unknown. They know neither hunger nor fatigue, making them singularly relentless foes. Not that singularly, I mean undead are the same thing. And other constructs. And elementals. But, you know, whatever. Popularly, Eyeless are said to serve Andra by seeing old or dangerous things forgotten. The peoples of the White March describe them as boogeymen that stalk old roads and secluded places. Parents warn their children not to forget their chores, lest the Eyeless see them forgotten. And people who lose something traditionally thank Andra that the Eyeless did not come for them too. Those are the Eyeless hammers. They're level 12. They have 25 might. They're immune to burning and shock. They have high DR, but only 14 versus slash. Wow. Those things were no joke, man. They were putting out some damage. And they have lots and lots and lots of binding copper and vessel flesh. Crazy. Crazy. Am I supposed to go back in here and tell these people what's up? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to do anything if I go back in there. So, that brings us to the next part, which is to go to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Oh, I could go in there and get that camping supply, though. And rest. I didn't really think about the fact that there'd be a long loading screen, though. Shit. Handled it. God, it's the size of them! God, it's the size of them! We'll head to Stalwart right away. Alright, let's rest. Camping's not allowed in this area. Motherfucker! So I can't take the camping supplies because I can't rest to use up a camping supply. Fine. Fine! Fine. Just fucking fine. I kind of want to go back to Stalwart and talk to some people and see if anybody knows anything or update the mayor or whatever. But I kind of also think, what if that's a waste of time because nobody has anything new to say? Man, those things put the fucking wreck on a fool. They smashed this gate to flinders. Can I do anything with this wood now? No? Okay.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Right, so there's the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Should be pretty cool. I'm gonna stop by Cadnua first, though. I'm not gonna take Maneha with us right now. I'm going to go there, do what I need to do, and then come back with Minaha, just like I did with Moonstone Hollow, or whatever the hell it's called, Whitestone Hollow. Just like I did there, I cleared the map, did everything I needed to do there, quests and stuff. Then I came back with Zawa, and I'll do the same thing here. Minaha. Although I am tempted to take her, because she'll probably have things to say. And
Gelade. Well done.
Here we go.
A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
I wonder... if I can... Revival, restore crit. Oh, I have plenty of stuff to make those. What about revival, though? There's revival. I have plenty of stuff to make those, too. Alright, so restore crit scrolls. How much lore does she have? 12. Okay, she can lore up any way she wants. I feel like I should... make a couple more paralysis scrolls. And like 4 more revival and 4 more restore crit for her. They should both have those very, very critical scrolls. Should have a better summon too. Alright, so he's got those 3 scrolls. She's going to have those 3 scrolls as well. Paralysis, Restore, Crit, and Revival. And then she's also going to have Confusion. Maybe somebody else could have the Mossy Rocks. I never ever fucking use Spirit Shield potions. Then she's got Confusion and Maelstrom. He's got prayer against imprisonment and prayer against treachery. Alright, we're scrolled up now. Because if the fights are going to start getting significantly harder, I want us to be armed for it. With scrolls. With scrolls. Alright, now that we're back here, we're gonna rest. And we're going to head out, I guess. A quick save real fast. Alright, we're going to go back to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon now. I'm not going to stop at Starward Village. I thought about it, but I don't think it's going to... much is going to happen if I go there, so... I'm just going to go straight to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. One day, 15 hours. A 39-hour tour. 39-hour tour. Here's a new loading screen we haven't seen before. Looks pretty cool. I don't know what those glowing ice brazier looking things are, but... And the bone, some kind of... Is that a bone of a massive creature of some kind? Sticking up right there? Hireling payday. Okay. Infiltrate the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. The Abbey is well guarded by Andrite monks. They will have to be dealt with or slipped past. And here's Long Bosk. And there's those things we saw on the loading screen. I don't know what they're all about. They look weird. And here's some horses. Hello, horses.
Right.
There's a Brentwood ban. Alright, looks like there's two different paths to take. Alright, let's talk to this fellow. Long Bosk. A dwarf, clothed in but a few scraps of fur, puffs up his bared chest with every drag from his pipe. Come a long way to get some air, have you? What are you doing here? Enjoying the fine weather, just a bit longer. He smiles, letting a cloud of smoke and frosted breath escape through his teeth. My mistress had business with the Ondrites. We'll be off soon as she's done at the Abbey. Meantime, I was told to stay put. I don't want any outsiders meandering about. She already put some kind of hex on me. Says I won't remember any of this, but the copper's worth it. She says I'll wake up at home with a full coin purse. Opposite of most of my mornings, so that had a certain appeal. This sounds very suspect to me. Like, if I tell somebody, hey, I need you to come do this thing with me, you're not going to remember it afterwards, and you're going to wake up at home with all kinds of money. Just trust me, it'll be fine. I'd be like, wait a minute. tell me about your mistress?
Which one?
He lets out a chuckle and slaps his chest. A reddening print blooms on his skin.
Wish she were the fun kind. She's a gift bearer. Paid me well to guard her on the journey, though.
I'm looking to get inside.
Are you now?
He pulls the pipe away from his clenched teeth and points its long stem to the path ahead.
Far as I know, straight this way. The middle path on the right, with the ruined arch. If they let you in, course. Undrites are none too friendly, but to their own. My mistress went through the archway, spoke to some guards there, then headed on.
He bites down on his pipe with a sour expression.
They got eyes on the other paths. Cast me dirty looks from afar when they pass this way.
He grunts.
As if I'd stand here in plain view if I had some grand design of sneaking into their blazing church. And what's an abbey got that's worth hiding anyway? Monks?
He grunts again and shakes his head and mutters something about if he were younger.
Do you know of other ways into the abbey? No, but it's an abbey, not a fortress. You can bet it's got holes like any fat old monster. Supply passages, escape routes.
He shrugs as for a matter of course.
I'd be lying if I said I'd never explored one uninvited when I was too young to know better. Help myself to its relics. Let's just say if a certain war goddess has her way, I'll be living my new life. My next life as a dung roll bug.
Ah, so he must have robbed a thing of McGron.
Why are you helping me?
He shrugs.
You got a look about you. Look like you need it. And maybe there's something I don't like about this place. Like it's hiding something. My younger days, I'd be me going in there. Farewell. Doubt we'll meet again. Any luck, my mistress will return soon. Hope you find what you're looking for.
I deeply regret choosing that voice for him. Alright, so I ran into the mercenary escort of a gift bearer. He believes there are several ways inside the abbey. He said his mistress spoke with some guards beneath a broken archway who let her through. Alright, so we can try to talk our way in, maybe pretending to be a tidebringer. We can try to sneak in.
Laying low.
But I kind of want to look around. I think he said to go this way to get to the archway where you just go in. So I'm going to go this other way first and see what I can see. I'm going to quick save. What passes for quick save in this game?
Even our visitor is to be turned away, he said.
What interest would our quarters hold?
Our quarters aren't the worry. It's our brothers and sisters below.
Brothers and sisters below. Okay. Well, we're being sneaky. Uh-oh. There's an Andrite tidal fist. Oh, he caught me.
Kyoto is waiting for me. I'm the tidebringer.
Guard's eyes narrow.
How can I be sure? You don't get many visitors, do you? Who else would choose to come here but the tidebringer?
The guard relaxes and appears. That convinced him? That is terrible fucking logic. This guy is not very smart. Who else would be here if I wasn't, like, totally the tidebringer, dude? Oh yeah, good call. You must be the Tidebringer, I guess, because fuck, who else would be here? Shit. Forgive my caution. We were told to expect you. The High Abbot awaits you inside. Okay, well that was easy to get in.
Laying low.
But what's this way? There's quite a lot of passages here. Andrite Tidal Fist, Andrite Mind Gazer. So a monk and a... The Abbey's at your disposal. A monk and a cipher. Wondrous blessings upon you, Tidebringer. We welcome you. So they're just willing to completely accept that I'm the Tidebringer. Giant skeleton's leg. That is what that is. That's a tibia and fibula of the giant skeleton. That's his fucking patella, and that's his femur. A coppery sheen glistens under the layers of ice that cling around this giant femur with the colors of a rainbow. That must have been a ridiculously huge skeleton. So not only did I easily convince that one guy, but now all of them are just like, no, we're cool. Of course you're the Tidebringer. I'm still gonna look around though before I go in. What's going on over here?
I should not have peered over the edge. I could see no bottom.
Ha! Perhaps if you pray, the lady will allow you to forget.
Never peer over the edge. What's this? What's going on over here? Crescent Ward, Tidal Fist, Sworn Sword, Faithbinder. Where you guys going? We welcome you. Wondrous blessings upon you, Tidebringer. The Ebb's blessings to you. Wondrous blessings upon you, Tidebringer. Welcome. The lady keep you. I can't believe they're all fucking convinced I'm the Tidebringer that easily. Wait, what's this say? As if thrown into the chasm, skeletal remains rest precariously on the ledges of this cliff as far as you can see. Oh, these are more bones from that giant skeleton. Those are finger bones. How the fuck big was this skeleton? So this looks like it might be something I could use to climb up on. An angry wind whistles as it twists around the frozen fingers of this giant skeletal hand. This is nuts. You stand at the precipice of a fissure that time has torn into the mountain upon which the abbey stands. Whistling winds call out from the depths of the crevasse, mournful wails hinting at the great descent from the edge into the dark and lonely spaces below. Encased in centuries of rime, a gargantuan skeletal hand hangs awkwardly above the gap. Its fingers are splayed in a pained pose, ice preserving the circumstances of the victim's death long after the flesh rotted away. What happened to this giant skeleton, or this giant being that is now skeletal? With only the ominous moaning of the crevasse to disturb your thinking, you consider your options. Let's inspect the area. Considering the span of the gap and the position of the skeletal hand, you believe a well-placed grappling hook would allow you to reach the other side. Though positioning the hook may be tricky, the winds are not so strong that they would endanger attempts to cross. With only the ominous moaning of the crevasse to disturb your thinking, you consider your options. Let's try it. The middle finger is a large target, but it sits in the midst of buffeting winds that threaten to blow the rope and grapple off course. Whoever casts the grappling hook will need nimble fingers to ensure a good throw, so this is something Katie's gonna do. As you ponder the difficulty of the throw, the wind momentarily abates, becoming little more than eerie murmurs whispering far below you. Who will cast the hook? I will cast the hook. You time the throw perfectly between chaotic gusts whipping up from the crevasse. The grappling hook cuts an odd path through the expanse of violent air, the attached rope trailing behind in a bizarre spiral. Despite its odd course, the grapple eventually sails over the middle finger, its rope winding securely around the frozen bone. You give it 2 tugs and are confident it won't budge. Dexterity 18 required, and I have higher than that. Inspect the area again. Let's swing across the chasm, I guess. You take a firm hold on the rope and swing across the crevasse. Despite high winds and an unsettling creaking from the enormous ice-encrusted finger, you safely reach the other side. You stand at the edge of a crevasse you traverse with the help of a grappling hook and a conveniently located giant skeletal hand. Thanks, thanks for giving me a hand! That was handy, having that there. I gotta hand it to them. They really know how to make a puzzle. Or an obstacle. That was hands down the best frozen crevasse crossing I've ever done. Oh, here we are. Giant skeleton's leg, giant skeleton's hand. You return to the precipice of a fissure that reaches down into the mountainside. Wind wails up to you from its depths, and an enormous ice-encrusted skeletal hand still looms over the gap. With only the ominous moaning of the crevasse, yeah, okay. So I could swing back across on my thing if I wanted to. This looks like it's a special cave, though, that leads... Halls of Silence. I don't think I really want to go in through this cave, though. Not at the moment. So let's just swing back across. I'll keep that as an option, though. I'll keep that as an option open in my mind. And let's explore the rest of these paths. So that's one way we can get in. Into the Halls of Silence, apparently. Is this the archway? They sure have a lot of guards. Protruding from the side of the cliff, what appears to be a massive hip bone lies encrusted in a prison of rocks and ice. Hip bone's connected to the crevasse bone. Lady keep you. Andra's blessings. They're all kind of saying the same thing. The abbey's at your disposal. Andrite nods solemnly. Are you the visitor we've awaited? Can I just take this shit? Apparently. Kyoto knew Saman was upon us.
The Tidebringer. It's been so long.
My soul is ready, brother.
Yep, I'm the Tidebringer. And this is my random group of strange creatures. My avian godlike, my Amawa, my fucking automaton woman. Just the typical entourage of a Tidebringer, you know. No big deal. Oh, there's more of the bones sticking up here. This is like the spine and the ribs, isn't it? Giant skeleton's rib cage, yeah. These crazy Andrites. Oh, here's another way in, easily discovered. Halls of Presence. So now we found 2 different ways in so far.
I've got it. Finished.
Grimoire of the Tides. Oh, it's spellbook. Of course it is. That's what Grimoire means.
So they let you through.
Such a strange
You must be
facade.
our visitor.
I've not
The
seen
High
or heard
Abd
of
awaits you
anything
inside.
like it.
Straight back.
Even in Air Glanfath.
Yeah, it is strange. You have anything to say about this, Kana?
Yes, my friend?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Spellseer. Tidal Fist. So here's yet another way in. This is the main door. So that's 3 entrances so far. It's the ribcage. Man, I want to know whose skeleton this is. I'm very intrigued by this. Very intrigued indeed. This door is sealed shut. I want to know the story behind this giant skeleton. This giant wrist bone ends without providing any clues as to the location of its matching hand. Here's yet another way in. This is to the Halls of Presence as well. Abbey's at your disposal. Andra's blessings upon you. What is this? Some kind of huge mural? Bas-relief? Something? A mural is rendered on the face of the rock wall. 4 panels seem to be arranged as a story of some kind. That's cool looking. First panel, Anthu, the end. Next panel, Saman, the flood. Third panel, Disaman, the ebb. Fourth panel, Dianthu, the beginning. Let's take a look at that again. So this is the first panel. It shows the water and it looks like the city is on fire. The city is burning. And the water is calm. But it's called the end. So it starts with the end. It doesn't begin with the end. It starts with the end. And it's called Anthu. The next is Saman, which is the flood, and you see the huge tidal wave coming up. Saman, the flood. I have a feeling I'm going to need to know these things. Disaman, the ebb, shows the water calm again, and this is... I don't know what's going on here, exactly. Is the whole city covered in ice or something? Or... I don't know. But then Dianthu, the beginning, everything's fine again. And the city's starting to come through. It must have been covered in ice. Because now the ice is starting to melt away or whatever, and the city is coming back. I don't know. Pretty strange.
Hello?
This is a cool place. Camping supplies, pry bar, lockpick.
You look pale, sister.
Man, I would have to be doing a lot of fucking fighting
to take
here
your place. I'll stand watch.
I'd hoped I was over this illness, but clearly not. I shall take your advice.
A gale singer. Must be a chanter? The amount of fighting I would have to be doing through this map if I hadn't bluffed my way in would be ridiculous. There's a crazy number of guards out here. Currents of wind bounce off the jagged rocks, rising to meet your face with a freezing touch.
I've got it. Finished.
Arrogance imprisonment, nice. Major endurance, nice. Can I make those potions? Major endurance? I can. Major regeneration. I can make those too. Nice, that completes my stack.
Keeping quiet.
This is a crazy place. Look at it, it's very cool. Girdle of Mortal Protection. Often purchased by soldiers with the means, these belts are laden with charms granting protection to the wearer. Though a simple band of dark leather, this particular girdle provides a defense against killing blows, turning a blade aside at the final moment, or else cushioning a strike from a blunt object. And with our finding of that, that is going to end our episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.